So we will get to Kyrie's sound in a moment. But from last night's Nets win, Paul, what was your biggest takeaway?
Man, this is scary. I'm not even – because, look, they're only 2 games in. They beat the top seed in the Eastern Conference, and they haven't even got their chemistry together yet. I mean, yeah, they're scoring points and getting assists. They're turning the ball over a lot. So you got to expect those to come down in the next few weeks as they get to know one another, as they implement Kyrie Irving. But, man, like I said earlier, it's like having Jordan and Jordan on the same squad. It's like, who's number 2?
No, I kid you not.
I mean, seriously.
With all due respect to the 2-time MVP, the 2 best players in the Eastern Conference are on the Nets, right? And it's James Harden and it's Kevin Durant. And mainly the reason why I say that is not because of Giannis' defense and all that. It's more because when it comes down to the last 30 seconds of a game and you're in the postseason or you're in a moment where you need it, they have the 2 best players in the conference when it comes to knocking that down. So the postseason is going to be.
Could be 3 with Kyrie.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, obviously, when you talking about the last 30 seconds, Kyrie talking about, I finally have somebody that can knock down that shot. Well, congratulations. Now you got 2 of them.
Now you got 2.
Now you got 2 of them.
And look, this is the problem, too. You talk about the end of a playoff game. I mean, we're skipping some steps here, obviously, but you talk about the end of the playoff game with Giannis. I mean, you guys always tell me a big man, that's a tough position to put a big man in, to be depending on him finishing, especially if he's struggling at the free throw line. And we saw Giannis was better at the line last night. He had that game against the Mavericks the other night where I think he was 1 of 10 for the line. But his free throw shooting overall, guys, this season, he's at 59%. 4 years ago, he was at 77%, and it's just gone down every year since.
Well, pressure, like when people talk about pressure, a lot of times it rears its head in different places, right? Giannis now feels the pressure to win a championship. He feels the pressure to be MVP. And sometimes that pressure is not going to show up in your ability to dunk. It's going to show up in, like, the moments and in those little bitty things, whether it's your three-point, whether it's your free throws, and you can see the decline. So I don't know, as the pressure has gone up and his free throw percentage has gone down, like physically he's still one of the most dominant guys we've ever seen. But, like, that pressure and the technique, that's where it's starting to show in his game.
He needs a closer, simple and plain. He needs a superstar closer like Shaq had Kobe and Wade. He needs that guy. I'm not sure Middleton could be that guy. He's a great piece, and he's having a great year. He'll be an all-star. But we saw how they struggled down the stretch. And if Giannis can't make free throws or hit perimeter shots consistently down the stretch, then who's going to be that guy? And that's why I just don't have faith. Regardless of Milwaukee Bucks, they may finish first in the conference. I just don't have faith in them come playoff time because of that.
And look at that shot. Now, this is the thing. Milwaukee Bucks fans, we're not saying that your team isn't great. We're not saying that you can't get to the conference finals. We're not saying that you can't win a championship.
You guys are just talking about the most elite level. These guys are champions. They're talking about that nuance of the most elite.
That's what you need to win.
Well, let's just say the last 2 shots, right? The last 2 shots of that game were taken by Chris Middleton, who's a very, very good player and all-star. The last 2 shots for the Nets will be taken by James Harden, Kevin Durant, or possibly Kyrie Irving. Right. Let's just put that in perspective. 3 future Hall of Famers versus, all-stars, right? Versus an all-star, right? And I know we're jumping ahead when we talk about that, but you got 2 MVPs, leading scorers, all these different accolades versus Chris Middleton. And that's not a disrespect. That's just the reality.
No, it's just saying Chris Middleton's probably not one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now, which is an okay assessment.
It's okay assessment.
And I wouldn't say they struggled down the stretch. They were going, it was exciting. Lead for lead change, point for point, hit for hit. But yes, at the end, it was the Nets who came through. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.